Be
Let's get
remiss.
into the last team of the division here. Matt, take it away, buddy.
Yeah, the Saints were 5-12 last year. They were third in the division. They missed the playoffs. Their offensive EPA per play was negative .057, 25th in the league. Pass block win rate was 54%, 29th. Run block win rate was 71%, 19th. Defensive EPA per play was better than I thought, 19th, .035, and their pass rush win rate and run stop win rate both 30th, respectively. Uh, Spencer Rattler, again, the same tab as Michael Penix, minimum of 120 snaps, negative .219 EPA per play, 44th of 46 quarterbacks eligible. Only Deshaun Watson and Dorian Thompson-Robinson were worse than him. 38.9% success rate, 43rd of 46 quarterbacks. The two previously mentioned, and Will Levis. That is the company Spencer Rattler was in. And I don't blame all on him, but that's where he is. That's what he was after those X amount of games. When did he? I think he came in like week 10-ish. He had the. He obviously had the Denver Broncos game where it just instantly did not have it. But their coaching hires, they finally made a new coaching hire. That was pretty fun. They hired Kellen Moore from the champion Eagles, bring in Doug Nussmeier as the OC, and then defensive coordinator Brandon Staley, who Kellen Moore worked under as an OC with in, almost said San Diego, Los Angeles with the Chargers. They kept Chase Young. They kept Juwan Johnson. A lot of restructures. Those were kind of the only keeps that were major, but the Chase Young at a 3 years, $51 million was a good tag. Free agency obviously spent for Justin Reed, 3 years, $31.5 million. Isaac Yiadom, 3 years, $9 million. He comes back. Brandon Cooks, 2 years, $13 million. Dylan Redunce, 1 year, $2.25 million. I think he's going to compete at the guard spot for with Trevor Penning. And then Devon Godshaw, they traded a seventh for him, kind of reworked his deal into a 2 years, $11 million. Their draft, that was one of the best drafts the Saints have had in years. Even if I'm lower on Kelvin Banks, there was a clear identity with their draft. They drafted him with the 9th overall pick at left tackle. He's going to kick out to left tackle. Fuanga is going to kick back out to right tackle. They take Tyler Shuck with the 40th overall pick. Much to the dismay of most Saints fans. Vernon Broughton in the 3rd round, hook 'em horns, 2 Texas players in the first 3 rounds. Loved it. Jonas Sanker, safety out of Virginia in round 3, and then Quincy Riley, who was a top 100 player for me in round 4, and is the most draft picks in a single draft for the Saints since 2015, 9. They've had 4 draft classes in that same decade span where they've had 6 or less drafted players. So hopefully this isn't the outlier. Hopefully this is the trend now. Hopefully this is the start to getting cheap contracts and continuing to volume draft. I think the Marshawn Lattimore trade helped getting more picks, but you need to keep doing this, personally. And then their departures, obviously, number 1, the retirement of Derek Carr. Paulson Adebo broke his leg in that Broncos game previously mentioned. He goes to the Giants for a big number, didn't play as many snaps. Will Harris played a ton of snaps last year. He goes to the Commanders. Lucas Patrick was kind of a fun guard for us last year. He goes to the Bengals, and then obviously the resurgence of MVS that last few weeks of the season. He goes to Seattle. And then my season outlook question, it's the longest one I've had all season because I've been most excited. Like, does the offense maybe have some explosive juice? Because remember, the Saints scored 90 points in the first 2 weeks, and only 2 other teams had done that in NFL history, and they both won the Super Bowl. Remember that? That was fun. And then health kind of catapulted the 2024 Saints. Tyler Shuck, I would expect to be the starter, just based on the fact that from the way Kellen Moore talks about him, that he is the highest drafted quarterback by the Saints since one Archie Manning in the 1971 draft. And, yeah, you remember that one? Classic, by the way. The
Do I
offensive
remember
line,
that one?
the O-line welcomes another top prospect to this line. Kelvin Banks Jr. won the Outland. Great left tackle. It's a clear power profile with Fuanga. Even if I think it's a reach from my own board, because I had him in the low 20s, if he's a good player, he clearly fits the power profile of Fuunga. Who the hell cares? I have talked myself into the pick, obviously, because he's a
As
hook
you
'em
should.
horns, and like it's a left tackle. You're keep drafting the trenches. If that's my complaint, I shouldn't be watching the sport. Eric McCoy's finally healthy at center. Cesar Ruiz is a decent player. Whether like the returns are now, he is a decent player. And then the one wrinkle is left guard, slated to be Trevor Penning. Dylan Radones is going to compete with him in training camp when it starts next week, I believe. So that is the one part, but the most excitement for this team is the receivers. Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed showed a level of explosive ability in 2 games last year that echoed that they could be real like engines of offenses for like catching passes in the playoffs. Like a lot of people, not just me as a Saints fan, were thinking Saints playoffs last year after those first 2 weeks, and it was because of those 2 players and what they could create in their dynamic ability downfield. Bub Means is the only like big-bodied receiver on this in this room, so I assume like the Gabe Davis might be a Saint. I know there's buzz around that. Brandon Cooks came around. He's been around the block. Comes to back to New Orleans. Hopefully retires as a Saint. Cedric Wilson is a fun, dirty work guy. And then the running backs, Kamara, Kendre, Devin Neal, slate to be pretty explosive in the open field compared to what the last few years felt like with Jamal Williams handling the ball. He's a fun guy. He likes anime. He sucks at football. I'm really happy that these are the running backs now. And then, like, my last few, are the Saints going to be good? I lean no. And I think a lot of people lean no. Do I think they're going to be dumpster fire bad? No. Like, I really don't. And it doesn't hinder my excitement for what this youthful energy is bringing. This is probably the most excited I've been for a Saints team, Saints offense, since the Jameis year, frankly. Like, and that's what it does when you draft a guy with the 40th overall pick. Like, whether, like, Ryan could speak, like, the Justin Fields years were fun. Winning 3 games was fun because he was the quarterback. The Jalen Hurts years were fun for you because, like, it's just different. It's just different. So it's like, I could it be like fun in a rebuilding year? Absolutely, and that's why I'm really jazzed up for this team. So yeah, let's get into it.
I got a couple things here. First off, did you just use explosive in the same sentence with Devin Neal? I like Devin Neal. I was higher on Devin Neal than you were.
In the open field.
But no,
catching passes.
My favorite stat too, speaking on the draft, and I'll try to make this quick, is this is the first time since the release of the iPhone. Mind you, in September, the iPhone 17 is coming out. This is the first time since the release of the iPhone that the Saints kept every pick that they had and made the selection, which is absolutely just ridiculous. And then final to kind of my season outlook question. Aside from being, because it seems like I'm going to be much lower on the Saints. Aside from being Urban Meyer, is there really anything that Kellen Moore can do to make him lose his job in year 1? Like, I really think right now the Saints are that bad that, like, Kellen Moore could go 0-17 and still probably keep his job as long as he's not kicking people and staying in college bars as the team is flying back. So, I don't know. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Let's take a look at the schedule here. We'll go row by row. Can I just make this easy?
I was gonna make it easy. Make it easy. I was gonna make it easy too.
They're gonna lose every single game, with the exception of the Giants and one of the Falcons games, and they'll beat the Titans too. Sorry, yeah, they'll beat the Titans. So I have them at 3-14. Other than that, that's it. I'm sorry. Hey, by the way, if you've ever looked into it, Matt, I don't know if you've ever seen this stat. Let me pull this up. Ben, you go ahead and do your thing. Make it easy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it easy. I'm not too far off from you. And again, I apologize, Matt, but I have them losing every single game as well, outside of the Patriots game in what is that, week 6? And then the Dolphins game in what week is that?
13.
The Dolphins game in week 13, and then the Panthers game in week 15. So I have them going 3-14. I am very low. I have them losing to the Titans. I like the Titans right now better than I do the Saints. I like the support. I like that offensive line better on the Titans. If we're talking about rookie quarterback, I definitely like Cam Ward better. And to be frank, with the Chris Olave stuff up in the air, I kind of like the pass catchers better on the Titans as well. Again, given the Chris Olave stuff, if he was healthy, I wouldn't be saying that. But we don't know what's going on with them. So I have them going 3-14 in contention for Arch Manning. And I feel like that was kind of always the plan when you drafted Tyler, was can he keep you afloat enough, but also get you in position to try to get Arch this year or next.
So this stat that I was going to bring up really quick, Matt, do you know the last time the Bears beat the Saints? Just out of curiosity.
The last time?
The last time the Bears beat the Saints. Let's test the ball knowledge here.
No, it can't be as far as the 06 NFC Championship, can it?
No, they've beat him more recently.
Okay, then I have no idea.
2008, December 11th, 2008.
That sounds about right.
They've played it 7 times since then. 8 times.
We're gonna lose to poverty.
Sorry. 8 times. So, like, dude, you know how bad I wanted to pick your team over mine just because of that? Like, I think we're breaking the streak.
Should we get into my schedule prediction?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I have them starting
like last year.
I have them starting 0-4. Now that I'm a full-time pod member, I will be as unbiased as I possibly can be with the Saints team. I have them starting 0-4. I have them beating the Giants. I have them losing to the Patriots. I have them then winning back-to-back games. I have them beating the Bears. I have them beating the Buccaneers, losing to the Rams, losing to the Panthers, going into that bye week. What is that? 3-7. 3-7. And then I have them coming out of the bye, beating the Falcons again at home, like they did last year. Losing the next 2 on the road, Miami and Tampa Bay. Can't sweep Tampa, sadly. They're going to beat Carolina, and they're going to beat the Jets. They're going to lose to the Titans. They're going to lose to the Falcons. They're going to finish 6-11, the exact same record as the Good Vibes Panthers, in my opinion.
Hey, Matt, you know what I took away from that, though? Mm-hmm. We got to go to that game, dude. I think we have to go to that game, dude. I don't know. Just saying. Putting it out there.
Could be fun.
Probably have to.
And it's not.
The
thing is, too, don't hit me with you gotta go to a Bears weather game. No, you don't.
It's October.
Someone who's done it. It's not fun. But that being said, this is October 19th.
Dude, Bears weather in October is beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
Blue jeans on and a sweatshirt.
October 19th, fantastic.
That's the perfect time to go.
I know some Bears fans that are like, well, it's not early December, so it's not a Bears game. Get out of here. I don't know what you're talking about. I was miserable.
What does the Bears weather mean? They scored 3 points in Bears weather last year against the Seahawks. It doesn't make any. It's not real. Weather isn't real. So yeah, I'm yanking it. I think you guys doubling your win totals, you get the same as mine. I have 6 wins. Obviously, I'm going to be the most optimistic. Again, this division, I think it is going to be so hard for this team to lose 14 games unless Shuck is like a nightmare, which I just don't believe he's going to be. Scouting him and
It was fun.
how much experience he has, and it's kind of like not overinflated experience because of the amount of injuries he's had, but I think what Kellen Moore can do for an offense,
ACL in, like,
just
week
going from
6.
that's awesome putting that in the air. What the hell, man? I didn't do anything, but yeah, it's just also this team not having like any primetime games is kind of it's
That is
interesting, but I'm
ridiculous.
not like mad. I don't. The whole country doesn't need to watch the Saints team. It's for me. It's for the Saints fans to kind of like soak in this season and kind of soak in what could come of the future, frankly. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think do we have any takes for this team? Do you guys have any take? Is it like they're gonna be picking
My
number one?
No,
my
I don't.
my take is that
I think the Giants are worse. Like I'm still like, and
I like the
obviously
Giants defense much
I
better
have
than I
them.
like the Saints defense.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
Much
Eh,
better than I like.
You'll beat them. But you'll beat them. It'll be
yeah,
okay.
we will. Oh yeah, we'll beat them.
Yeah.
I mean, I would put a friendly gentleman's bet on that game. I think that would be fun. But that's regardless. I mean, my take for this kind of part of the episode actually might be not Saints related. It is we might have just heard the best podcast quote for the Pigskin Project. Matt Hartman, weather's not real. That is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we have one more thing to dive into.
I have one more.
Oh
thing
yeah,
to hit
sorry.
on
Yes, the Saints.
I have one more thing to hit on the Saints. So, I'm going to be writing about the Saints this year. So I'm really excited to independently write about the Saints this year. I'm going to be doing like film reviews for this team this year.
Yes.
I am so jazzed about this team that I need to do it, and I'm going to this year. I'm going to start over the course of the next few weeks when training camp comes out. Like, obviously, I'm not going to be in attendance, but I can write about the team from afar. So I'm going to be doing that this year. If you are a Saints fan on YouTube, just check it out. I'll leave the link in the description for you to go find that out. Pretty excited, pretty nervous to do it, but at the same time, like, this is what I want to do. So write about the Saints. And what is a better time to drum up interest than before they're good? Before Tyler Shuck has taken them all the way. So
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. I will be. So it's gonna be fun.